I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about what's going on today. This is, again, the secret on steroids, because we have things that magnify our thought wave, and we have things that literally turn on our
the back of the filter.
regeneration factors like HGH, human growth hormone. According to Harvard, it's the #1 most powerful regenerative substance that our cells can produce. And we have the B3 bands we're going to be using to create a stronger HGH release than anything I've ever seen. This enables an 80-year-old to get a significant hormone release, even with a 10-minute walk. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I put these on real quick. This is a multi-air chamber band. Every other technology, this is the only one that's
I sprayed a lot over the thing
out there, the different styles of bands. This is the one that the KC Chiefs used to win 2 Super Bowls in a row.
I said I sprayed over the
We're going to be using light activity without, well, there's less risk of injury, right? When we don't have any impact, like with the mini trampolines. So, yeah, let's get these started. Show you how this works. Just a simple Velcro strap. So we have this little valve in front. We're going to air that up in a minute. And this one goes on this side. So we just hook it up and around. And the Velcro always wraps from the front to the back around the sides. The arms go on the same way, just like this. This sort of a yes. By the way, when we're bouncing on the mini trampoline, the body moves through the magnetic fields that go around the earth from north to south, and that creates an armature effect that magnifies thought wave. So it's like that alone is like taking the secret and putting it on steroids. When you put whatever intentions you have while you're on the mini trampoline, it just magnifies those. So still today, Tony Robbins doesn't get up on stage until after getting on a mini trampoline to get focused. It's helped kids with memorization, and been used by Aboriginal cultures for eons to magnify their prayers, right? Think about it. Whether it's around a fire, they're bouncing up and down, chanting. So I actually teach people more of what to think in another class called Race for the Truth. This one, I'm just sharing a little bit of the background of why it takes all these awesome words that can also turn on the life processes of our cells. And bouncing also stimulates the bone marrow. In Qigong, the bone marrow Qigong, they just add a little bounce to it, and all of a sudden it's stimulating the bones. Okay, here we go, Ken. Okay. We've got, go ahead and put these on you. Come on over here.
Yeah, I think you should.
I've already done it for myself, but I'll show you how this goes. You might even copy this other side with that. So we wrap always around from the front to behind, just like that.
I wish you had somebody better looking than you putting these wraps around my thighs,
Other way. So the Velcro wraps around the other way. So just like that. Got it. I'm going to do this arm while you're doing that. Okay. So, okay. Here we go. Now, next step is, why are we doing this? Well, the key to the hormone release is muscle failure, and the brain doesn't care how you created the chemistry of it. It's just looking for the chemistry of muscle failure in the blood. So how we're creating that chemistry now, and all the strong science says that when you dip below 30% oxygen working muscles, all the chemistry the brain is looking for is there. It's a nitric oxide and glycogen release. There's a whole bunch of other factors, but all the chemistry the brain is looking for is there. It'll send the strongest signal your body's capable of sending, that your brain is capable of sending to the pituitary, is where it goes to crank out the hormones. And as soon as you start creating HGH, TSH, that's thyroid stimulating hormone, turns on the thyroid for metabolism, all the endocrine glands start producing their regenerative hormone factors. So this was published 40 years ago in Japan, showing what it does for diabetes. But I have a little disclaimer. All the health claims, they're just The health benefits are just a bonus here. We're not making outrageous claims here. Anything that you get as a health benefit, it's just a bonus. I'm not doing anything here that would require a license, like diagnose and prescribe for anybody who's watching. There's a little disclaimer. I can't guarantee that this will cure your cancer. Okay, or diabetes, but we're gonna be pointing you some awesome stuff. This is are you used to physical activity, Ken?
A lot.
A lot.
Every
But I can be a little more aggressive with you
Every day.
every day. What do you do?
Tennis mainly, bike riding.
We have an older guy who is older than you. He started he was out of shape, but he put these on and started playing pickleball.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden he's a pickleball champion. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he just started getting really strong, really fast.
Will this help my forehand?
We have a guy who also is the Las Vegas golf coach. I put him on him and he just started practicing his golf swing over and over again, like he does every day. And he didn't even have a club in his hand, but there's certain muscles, he said, he just felt engaging, stronger. Even yoga and Pilates are designed to help people get into what's called the burn, into that muscle failure, targeting all those little muscles.
Yeah.
And only when you do it with these, less than half the time, half the effort, we still get better results. We still get into a deeper burn, stronger engagement. We're getting more of that chemistry the brain is looking for. So they did a study on 16-year-olds, and you can start just flexing your arms back and forth without any weight, or you can just hold them.
Uh-huh.
You can do isometric or isotonic exercise. That's what that's called. I recommend doing some of both just to see what it starts to feel like, because you're going to start feeling it faster. It's going to be like you have weights in your hands without any weight.
I can feel it.
We got NFL players trading a set of 90s for a set of 10s. And yeah, this is what helped the Kansas City Chiefs win 2 Super Bowls in a row. Their trainer, Rick Burkholder's the premier trainer for the NFL. He's been getting as many of his players on this as he can. So,
Oh my gosh, I feel like it's burning. Like I've been
starting to
like
feel
I've
the
got,
burn
like
right away.
yeah.
Now you can just ride that as a light burn. We're going to get deeper with this in a little bit. And you're going to go ahead and hop over on the trampoline over here, or you can bring it into the camera if you want. I don't care. But we're just, you want to be on camera? It's up to you.
You be on camera.
Well, I mean, yeah, we have a little bit of uneven ground here, but where that is nice and solid where I found it. So what I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and I'm going to take my shoes off too. And I have a phone here somewhere. I'm going to have a little fun with.
You had it playing.
I did, right here. So sometimes it also helps if we play the right music, right? So we got a little jump music. So what we're doing, excuse me, I just bumped it again. What we're gonna do is right now, we're doing a warm up. Even with just a soft walk, this is kind of like walking in sand with these bands on. You're gonna start, riding a little bit of a light burn. I can't play the music too loud or people won't be able to hear me over the music. So this is kind of like walking in sand when you're wearing these bands. Start feeling the burn. Starting to feel it already. Just with this gentle walk. We're not even letting our feet leave the mat, right? So our heart rate starts increasing. Our breathing automatically starts increasing with the chemistry that the brain's starting to sense just right here. Oh, we got commercials on our own. I'm not even on the internet playing this. Okay. So now what we're going to do is anything you see done in the gym, you can do on here. So everything that even yoga and Pilates has been done on mini trampoline. It's strange, but there are videos that have been produced on this. But I'm going to just take you through, after we're here for about, say, 60 seconds, we got a little warm up. We already have nitric oxide flowing through our blood vessels. That's a thinner. It also relaxes the muscles around the arteries and veins. It's been known to clean cholesterol up off the arteries and the veins faster and easier, safer than anything else out there. So it doesn't matter how much chemistry you have sitting in your blood vessel wall to release it. Muscle failure is what's required to get that nitric oxide released in the blood. We know what that does, all kinds of health issues. It's already been known. Doctors have said high intensity exercise to create it. And now it's possible with just a light activity. Again, 80-year-olds doing a 10-minute walk, that's normally way too light of activity to create this chemistry we're talking about. Not anymore. There's a study on it with these bands, with this design. So this is what Thor and Aquaman, Jason Somoza, and a lot of other actors like Mark Wahlberg looking better and better, spending more time on the big screen. He's making more money, looking better and better. So yeah, so we've got pictures of all these people wearing these bands. So there's more. You know, the Japanese got into the modern science first, and they got their Olympic athletes on this first. I don't know if you remember that. They've been doing this for 70 years now, but back in the late 80s, early 90s, they were dominating every category in the Olympics that they took seriously around this time. I remember it, you know, being around a senior,
gymnastics, way ahead of everybody.
just like crazy. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do something that's going to create a little bit of a spike in our breathing. We're actually going to target the abs, and this is my favorite ab routine on the planet. I'm going to go ahead and have a seat, but this actually gets us into what the aerobic zone even faster. So I'm lifting my feet up. So this is like doing a bunch of crunches, right? And the more, I'm going to go ahead and point the camera down a little bit more. Okay, so you notice with the feet up, it targets the abs right away. And you can do one leg at a time if you're not used to this. And then when you get the feel for it, both legs, then you can really start getting airborne, like ho, 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 ho. And turn the other cheek. Now we're starting to crank our breathing up. And then we're working our quads. Are you feeling the burn in the quads?
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling it in the quads in a way that I never do just by doing this, right? And we can, you have a stabilizer bar, it might help you when you start targeting the backside, right? Even this with a bent knee starts getting the hamstrings and the buttocks, right? You start targeting the glutes, but with a straight leg, targets the glutes a little harder, right? Now we're breathing here. Move this up a little bit more now. Now we spiked our breathing. Need a cameraman. There we go. Now that we spiked our breathing up, we're going to ride that cardio, ride it into a low jog right away, and focus on your breath. And what's next is a head first dive into what's called the burn. So you can move your arms back and forth. When you pull your elbow in front, it's more targeting your biceps easier because it's shorter. When you pull the elbows behind you, it targets your triceps more. So we're going to do both of this. I'm starting to feel it in the triceps already just by pulling them back. So we got more jump music. Now what I'm going to do is a little bit of got another song. We're going to skip to a little bit of
Put this on me so they can show even the newbies.
check this out.
All right.
Oh yeah, pan it over. Now, like I said, we're in a low jog, and you focus on your breathing. Now pull the feet wide and scoot your butt down. Kind of eased into this. We're going deeper and deeper into the burn. Now keep your feet wide, scoot your butt down, and go a little faster. Really pump your biceps. Focus on that breath. and they're lit. Come back to the low jog or even the soft walk and breathe. Those legs are just lit,
Oh,
right?
yeah, they really are. Unbelievable.
I mean, that was a strong burn. That usually takes a lot of heavy weight. Before I had these, it would be a lot of heavy weight doing strip sets and stuff, force reps to get into that level of chemistry. And it just happened, right? I'd take 6 10s on each side of a curl bar, do 10 and have a buddy flip off 10 as fast as they could and keep going, 10 more. Flip off another 10, do 10 more, flip off another 10. Right? Those are strip sets. Talk about it. That's what I had to do to get this kind of a deep, fast burn. That's like taking a step back, tearing the fibers to do it, and hope that your recovery and beyond can give you 2 steps ahead and be 1 step ahead in the end. With this, the 16-year-old in a study, 2 groups, 1 group with heavyweight, where they were doing it the old way, 1 step back and hope to take 2 steps forward, be 1 step ahead. Well, the other half just had light activity like what we're doing. They didn't take a step back. They just took 2 steps forward. They're already a step ahead. And that study was to see who had the greater strength increases.
Yeah.
And the light activity of these bands had greater strength increases, right? So here we are. Now we're going faster again. Speed it up. We're raising the knees. Gonna spread the feet wide and scoot the butt down again. Focus on that breath. We got our second wind back. Whoa, now that deep burst there again. Wow.
Feeling it.
Just boom. Ah! Go ahead and roar, Ken. On the exhale.
Oh!
Ah! Holy crap.
God.
Holy crap. Woo! Woo! You're awake now. Now, we're going to cool down. This is one of the secrets. Is in the cool down. It's like a racehorse. Go ahead and let the air out of your bands by pushing the middle with your thumbnail. Don't cover the hole. If the air comes out right out of the center, don't cover that. You feel that pressure just release? Not yet. We're going to make sure we get the arms right now. And we're cooling down. Our heart rate and breathing just went shot right up, right?
I'm doing the same thing as before. I'm not feeling the burn.
Now that we're on the mini trampolines, we're actually activating all the lymphatic vessels too. And that helps. And nitric oxide helps knock inflammation out like crazy. And activating lymphatics, holy crap. That really helps pull it out.
But what a difference without the air in there. I mean, this didn't work at all compared
You
to.
just felt, as soon as you let the air out,
Yeah.
you felt the burn just dissipate, right?
Absolutely.
A little bit of weird science for y'all. So, yeah, you can actually do a little bit of chest, shoulders. This targets the shoulders. Let's go for a shoulder burn. You're pretty good, you're skiing. Usually people wait once a year. This makes it so you can stay conditioned all year round. So. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it in my shoulders, the burn now, just by targeting. Here we go. There's a crossover effect where the shoulder's getting not a full effect, but a partial effect. It's like halfway, just from the vessels that run through the band. And none of the internal organs are being like affected like that. Right?
Yep.
So just increase circulation of them, temporarily reducing it for the arms and legs to create that chemistry. Within 30 minutes from that burn, HGH and all the regenerative hormones start flowing. In 4 hours, they reach a peak, and they level off of that peak for several hours before they start tapering back down again. So you get a full day, very strong release. The serotonin, melatonin, those are just some of the things that we produce better with this. We produce more mitochondria throughout our whole system with this than anything I've ever seen. And that's where we produce more ATP and glycogen that's made out of a ton of ATP. That's where superhuman strength comes from. Usually, you know, the strongman event, they lift 1,000 pounds and start walking with it. That's an instant, on-demand glycogen release because it requires fast twitch activity for the glycogen to be released. And that's the fuel for it. We got to have that more and more for even nitric oxide to be released. But this is where superhuman strength comes from. Where a grandmother can lift up a car with a baby under it. So literally, if you think of becoming stronger or taking anything that you want to manifest greater, you know, cortisol is a stress hormone that shuts HGH off and everything connected to it. One head injury can produce enough of that to shut the HGH and all the regenerative factors off for good. And this just reverse dominoes all that. People who have been basically disabled, only able to do 1 or 2 light tasks around the house and be wiped out for the rest of the day, all of a sudden, many of them are getting their lives back with the first section on these bands. And it's not okay just to go back to your old lifestyle. At that point, time to make a lifestyle change. So I like to do this at least every other day. And I definitely notice a day that I don't do it versus the days that I do. If you go into any social activity where you want to say have more persuasion in a positive way, if you want to attract more positive people and more success, well, it works better with the juice that we've got going in our blood right now from this, with the HGH and all that, you know, BDNF, that's brain-derived neurotrophic factor, regenerates the brain and all the nerves in the body. The skeletal factors increase bone density, which wipes out osteoporosis. For any women who are, you know, dealing with menopause and past menopause that are at risk of that, you better be listening right now to what we're saying. And how much is it for hormone replacement therapy? Well, guess what? They don't give you the full spectrum, and they actually shut off our own production as well as the energy these plants produce. That's a whole other problem. When we do this, we get the full cocktail, full spectrum. And we're at our we produce it ourselves. So you get the full spectrum grand orchestra symphony when you do this for yourself. So save yourself thousands of dollars on, you know, the #1 cause of bankruptcy, surprise healthcare costs, and how many bankruptcy programs have a solution for that? None, 0.
I thought it was divorce.
Oh, that's a good one. Well, and COVID sure changed things, but most of that money that's being spent also in the last week or two, just to help someone be a little more comfortable. Right. This is the thing. After the age of 22, HGH normally takes a nosedive and then levels off to nothing until we die. And this just makes it so we can just bring it right back up to where it's supposed to be again. So we can do it without risk of injury if you're doing light activity that you're used to doing. And then you can grow from there. You know, there's more ex-runners every year than there are actual runners because of all the injuries. And well, that can be prevented if people are taught the principles of transition. So, you know, I got to give a plug for those of you who don't know, like ZeroDisease.com is one of my .coms. But there's a links page from there that'll, you'll see different versions of mini trampolines. Oh, that's okay. This is a cheap unit. Don't worry about it. Let's take it over here. Okay, go ahead. Got it. So this is a little bit of a, got a little bit of a fundraiser. Help create health and peace globally. Go check it out. Anybody who also wants There's a new class that I'm doing called Master Keys to Severe Disease. It's one of the areas out of several areas that I talk about. Ken was there, the last one that I did here. And it's really affordable. You can click on my events page and see that event there. I'm giving huge bonuses away right now for people who get that. There's a couple of books, an exam. Anyway, there's more, much more. There's a replay to another Zoom that walks people through the first 49 questions of that exam. People actually will always ask the same questions until they go look it up and get those answers. And then they're answering those questions. They're teaching about them just like we do. So, congratulations for this. We definitely had our burn. I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. But let's see who's here. Awesome. We got, I want to say hello to some people. Adrian, Angela, Johnny, Bruce Kemp, Christine O'Meara, Danielle, hello.
Hello.
I am Kahadja. That's hello. Carla. There's another iPhone. M. J. Clark, Jennifer, Kukainis, Nabiha, Sharif, Sabi. Hello, Sabi. Savannah Slauson, hey, and King David, Star, Victoria Salvia. Just want to shout out to all of you. Who else is here? Who else do we got? We got on the live, let's see. Anybody? Well, Tim Jones says aloha from Maui. Awesome. Francesca, Aaron, G. Riggs, Tim, let's see. And that's right, and Tim. Awesome, you guys. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and aloha. I'm up and down the East Coast, then moving back west, and be in Hawaii again real soon. So anywhere in the country, even Hawaii, let me know. There's a retreat, exotic retreat coming up there as well. But, check out some of what I'm doing. If you want me in your city, send me a private message. If you want to know how to get these bands, send me a direct or a private message on that. We'll give you more information on any of this. You guys have a good one.
Say something quickly.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the music down.
Guys, this was my first time using these bands. I exercise a lot. I could not believe the difference these made in the burn and with the amount of activity. It's really unbelievable.
Yes. The results are crazy. They actually have a 30-day satisfaction money back guarantee. If for any reason people aren't satisfied, please send them back. I've never seen anyone do it who's actually used them. The results are crazy. People getting really strong, losing weight like crazy, just transforming their physique. So aloha till next time.